nigga hit the lottery, so when you going up, how can you plummet? Damn, you stun it. On the land, when you expand the grands, they understand who run it. In the jam, you brung it. Coming from all the fans, the Kansas City man do.
So you guys, I'm here for a highly requested video of how I make my units, and this is just a real quick way that I make them sometimes from time to time. So this hair I'm using is from Klaiyi Hair, and this is just everything that actually came in the box. I have 3 bundles. I actually have an 18-inch, a 20-inch, and a 22-inch, and then I also have a 18-inch lace frontal. This is all the natural wave, that is the texture of the hair, and this is the frontal. As y'all see, it is pre-plucked. I did go in and bleach the knots, and I did not record that, but what you'll need is of course a dome head, or whatever type of wig block you have. You need your needle and thread. In this case, T-pins, of course, to keep everything secure. I'm going to be using glue because this is going to be the quick way, you guys. Of course, you're going to need some scissors. And yeah, let's get started. So I'm just putting my dome cap on my mannequin head, and if y'all see the shininess underneath, I have tape around it, you know, trying to make my mannequin head a little bigger because I have a big head. So right now I'm just lining up the frontal with the dome cap, just so that I can make sure everything is going to be nice and neat, and I pin it in the middle and then on both sides. Now I'm just gathering all the hair up, and y'all, this hair is so freaking pretty to me, and I'm just putting it all up in a high little ponytail just to keep it out of the way so that I can begin the sewing process of the frontal. So of course, like I said, you will need a needle and thread for this, and you don't have to glue the bundles like I'm gonna do. You can sew everything. I do have a video on how I do that somewhere here on my channel, but I just wanted to show how I also make my wigs sometimes a little differently, and it's a lot quicker, and I'm sure everyone knows how to, you know, tie a knot and everything like that. And let's begin the sewing process. So of course I'm going to sew through that band, and try not to sew on this band part of the dome cap or here, because that's the stretchy part, and you don't want to have any type of resistance when trying to put your wig on, because honey, I've done it before. So what I'm doing is just taking my needle and thread through that protective little strip there and through the dome cap. And I'm just trying to do my stitching really close. I tried to zoom in as good as I could so y'all could see what I was doing. But you guys, making wigs are really, really easy. It can be time consuming, but it's really easy. Just take your time. So yeah, I'm just going through the little band here, or strip of the frontal, and going through my cap, trying to make sure that you don't go through any like stitching of the dome cap, because that is not good. And this is what I mean. I'm going to show you guys how I just skip right over that and continue to sew, because I want to make sure that my wig fits. So yeah, I didn't go through the stitching part. I just skipped it and went right back over into the part that did not have any thread on it. So yeah, it's pretty easy. Just try. Hopefully you guys can see what I did. And here I'm just going all the way around, and we're going to go ahead and tie this baby off. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a really good secure knot. And now here, I'm just measuring how much of a weft I will need to begin my gluing process. People use glue guns and glue sticks. I just use the good old black glue from the beauty supply store, and it works just fine. So I start at the very bottom of the dome cap with putting my tracks on, and I press it in really well. Sometimes I will use the blow dryer to speed up the process, but y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I was being a little lazy in this video and didn't feel like it, so I just kept pressing it down and holding it and just went on to the next. And here I'm just showing y'all the process again, and then I think I'm gonna speed it up because it's gonna be the same stuff over and over again. And another thing I was going to say, for those of y'all that don't want to do this, or if you do this but you feel like it's still not secure enough for you guys, you can always go back, since the wefts are already in place, and just sew the wefts down. They're already glued, just sew them. I've done that before too, but just to let you know, that can be done if you feel like the glue might not last. In my case, I have 3 or 4 wigs like this and it works just fine. So we have made it to the top, and I'm gonna show you guys how I close it off in a few. So now it's time to close up this little space up, and what I do is just get a piece of a weft and line it right up to the end of the frontal as far as where I began to sew. Press it down and you're good to go. So that's how the inside looks after you've glued everything, but trust me, everything is good and secure. And so now I'm just going to cut off the excess dome cap. That way you won't see black underneath your lace. And be careful not to cut your thread, because it can happen. So take your time when cutting. Okay, and since I didn't have to pluck anything, since it was already pre-plucked, I'm just making me some little baby hairs. I'm just taking an eyebrow arch little device and I just took some of the hairs out because there weren't any baby hairs that I saw on this frontal. I did notice that. So I'm just making my own, just chopping off a little thin layer of the hair to get these baby hairs on fleek. So now that the baby hairs are done, I'm just brushing it all back so that I can begin to cut the lace. And this is very important that you take your time with cutting the lace, because you don't want to cut too much of it off, but you do want to get as close as possible to the hairline on the unit that you did make. We're finished. Look at this, y'all. Look at that hairline. So beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Check out Klaiyi Hair, And yeah, y'all will see this on me shortly in my Get Ready With Me video. But check them out, and thanks for watching, you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, loves.